Welcome back. November is National Native American Heritage Month, and to celebrate, we're giving you an inside look at a production that's coming to Main Street Theater this fall.
It is called 26 Miles, and it's being directed by Amelia Rico. Joining us now is Amelia to tell us all about it. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is so exciting. Directed by yours truly. Tell us about 26 Miles.
Sure. 26 Miles is written by Kiara Alegria Hudes, who is known for In the Heights and also helped out with Vivo. So I'm really excited to be able to bring this production to Main Street Theater. So it's a regional premiere here in this area. So it's on the surface about a mother and daughter reconnecting on this road trip. But, you know, as you know, with plays, you have to look a little deeper. And it's my job as a director, of course, to really find what is the meat of this show, of this production. And for me personally, because I am Native and because my story is so kind of similar to this story, it really resonated with me as indigenous to a lost tribe, lost Uto-Aztecan tribe of South Texas and central Mexico. We have no sort of name for what my tribe could have been. All of that is lost, and much of our culture is either lost or sort of integrated into Mexican culture, into Spanish culture, integrated with Spanish culture into Mexican culture. So luckily our ancestors were able to kind of salvage some of that ceremony and you know, ability for storytelling and all that into Mexican culture, but a lot of it is lost. And this play in particular, she mentions being Taino, being Arawak, and that to me was already the linchpin of what I wanted to really focus on. So I've taken a lot of what is left of the Arawak culture, of Taino culture, and I looked everywhere, scourged the internet for what, because there's not a lot left. They were the first to have contact with the Spaniards when they came. So there's not a whole lot left, but there's enough to be able to just sort of integrate that into the story and to integrate the storytelling aspect of Indigenous, you know, ceremony. And so I'm really excited to be able to bring that into the story so that it enriches the story, and is able to, you know, create something that I think we've never seen it, and we've certainly never seen 26 Miles in this way before.
Interesting. What are some of the challenges directing in this particular situation? You're in a theater, you're directing actors on stage. Is it a little different than maybe some of the movie or TV stuff that you've done?
Yeah, what I love about theater is that we have time. We have time for rehearsal, time to really, like what I'm doing here is really kind of go into the story and find something that resonates with me and that I hope will resonate with the audience, and to show that through the storytelling. So the difficult part really is just like, you know, you don't have CGI, you don't have able to edit. So every day it might be a little bit different. There's certain things we can't do. Like I really wanted to bring sage in for the story, but of course we can't do that inside a theater. So we're gonna have to do some, you know, theatrical trickery on stage to still give that feeling of ceremony, of that feeling of sage, being saged and being using that element, right? So so it's really fun. It's really exciting to be able to find ways to tell the story and pay homage and have honor in the story, but you know, do it in a way that's safe and do it in a way that's theatrical, and that'll give the story some oomph, you know?
Yeah, right.
Amelia, you're also a passionate actress as well. Have you seen the similarities in now directing the project, because you were, you know, in that role and now you are seeing the whole thing come together?
Well, the great thing about that is I started off as directing. I directed my own films, my own projects, because there wasn't a lot for me as an actor. I started to create my own work. So going into theater, I'd started off as a theater actor. So going into theater and directing plays like The Book of Magdalene, which was one of the first productions I did very recently that was actually reviewed very favorably by the New York Times and Wall Street Journal. And being able to kind of jump into that specific play because I could do film, and this was in 2021 when we couldn't have live theater. I was able to film the production and have that in my, because I had the ability to film and to do theater and to kind of just balance that. I was able to do that production, I think, fairly well. And then coming into doing this production, it is different. Like I said, you're able to go deeper into the show. So it is a different beast completely. And then being the person in charge, the person that like everybody has to, well, what do you want to do? You're the one that makes the decision. That's the I think the most challenging part. It's like, oh, who makes that decision? I do.
Why is it so important to bring Native stories to a wider audience? Because I also have to imagine there's some people of Native American descent who are still, thirsty to learn more about, whether it's our history or however that works, to bring it to a wider audience.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be able to do that. That is, I think, why I'm pushing this so hard, because I really want people to come in and see and just enjoy the culture. And it's not like teaching you. I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is how it is. There are a lot of nuances. There's a lot of things that with Native culture you have to earn. Your feathers. You have to earn your traje that you wear, the regalia you wear, everything on you earn. So of course this is a performance. So I want everybody to make sure that they come in and they realize that this is a performance. This is storytelling. So I don't want you to come in thinking you're going to learn how it is exactly how ceremony goes, but I hope that you will learn sort of our culture, a little taste, to see how storytelling kind of is the through line for this production and for our culture, and how we're able to keep some of it through that act of storytelling and kind of integrating it, as I said, into other cultures, so that we can keep some of it, some semblance.
And that is one of the ways we are able to keep those traditions is through the storytelling, regardless of the culture, right?
Yeah.
And Amelia, for so many years, non-Native Americans have told the story of Natives, and now is it your goal to depict, the actual experience for people who are watching and wanting to learn more?
Yes, that's definitely on I feel on my shoulders, and an honor to be able to do that, to be able to have these stories not only as an actor but as a director, and be able to put them out in the forefront, and to be able to be the person that casts, the person that makes these decisions. As daunting as it may be to be the person that makes the decisions, I enjoy the fact and have honor in the fact that I'm able to really put that foot forward, as far as like we are doing this in an indigenous way, in an honorable way, and we're not going to be trying to, like so many have done, sort of. I don't want, I'm trying to not use the wrong word here, but just kind of use indigenous culture as just a gimmick or a costume.
But in that sense, it is a great responsibility that you seem to put on your shoulders, an important one. So Main Street Theater, February 10th through March 3rd, is that right?
That's
so it's quite a good run. The tickets are available now at mainstreettheater.com. So what's that? Almost a month. That's how many? It's 3 or 4 nights, or what? Each week?
Yes, it runs Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
So
All right. It's a lot of opportunities.
get your tickets today.
And follow you on Instagram and social
Yes,
media.
and we're going to have a wonderful opening night. I suggest you get your tickets now because they're already almost sold out. But we're going to have tamales from Tejas Tacos. We're going to have a special performance from Houston Aztec Drum and Dance. And so I'm really excited.
Well, we love them. They've been on our
Yes.
show too.
Yes.
So that's going to be great. Amelia, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.